Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Colleen Klimczak. I am an organizational and productivity coach and a certified professional organizer. I own Peace of Mind Professional Organizing, LLC. Since 2003, I've been helping my clients live better lives through organizing and organizational and productivity coaching. I support my clients and my community with coaching, in-person and virtual organizing, my weekly podcast called Your Organized Life with Colleen Klimczak, a free weekly virtual productivity session called Finish Line Friday, a free weekly email newsletter, and regular content on Facebook and Instagram. I also offer presentations and professional development to groups and companies. And coming soon, I'll be launching a membership circle to support my community with even more coaching and productivity content. Want to finish strong this week? Join me for Finish Line Friday every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central for a 2-hour productivity session. Drop me an email at colleen@peaceofmindpo.com to request my Zoom room link or follow the Zoom room link on my Instagram or Facebook pages. Welcome to Your Organized Life, number 118. So today's article topic is a wellness check-in, actually. Let me say first, I am not a healthcare professional, and I don't even play one on TV. I am just sharing information in the hope of encouraging others, in the interest of living our best organized life, of finding peace of mind. So let's manage our wellness. And you should know, and maybe you can tell in my voice, to be fully authentic, I had a major cold that turned into an upper respiratory infection when I first started working on this article about my wellness check-in 1 year later. Ironic? Yeah, I know. But here we are. And actually, I had a cold last February too, so perhaps that's fitting. Last January, I shared an article about who's on the team, healthcare-wise, because sometimes we need to talk about the things that we don't always talk about. So I wanted to do a health and wellness check-in, a follow-up 1 year out from my experiences from this month last year. So let's take another walk back in time. In November of 2023, I went to a dermatologist, and I had them look at a spot on my nose that I had considered troublesome for a while, but didn't want to get checked. In full transparency, it had worried me for about 6 months, but my son and daughter-in-law got married in September of 2023, and I was vain. And I was afraid that if I went and got it checked out, they might want to do surgery on my nose. And I didn't want them to do that before the wedding, and so I didn't get it checked out. Yes, I delayed common sense out of vanity. Not great logic, I know, but I did call the Monday after the wedding to make a dermatology appointment. And a month later, I had the biopsy. So the spot was determined to be basal cell carcinoma, which it turns out, since I've learned a lot about it since then, is completely treatable and very common, especially with folks like me and my pale Irish skin. Also, in transparency, I was frustrated. I was frustrated that this happened because, hey, I have been wearing daily sunscreen for over 20 years. I know it has been over 20 years because I started wearing daily sunscreen when I had a darkening of skin that comes with pregnancy called melasma with my second child. And since he is 24, I've been wearing it daily for 24 years. So no fair, right? I was frustrated. I learned that my skin damage was more likely from when I was, let's say, 10, when we didn't know about sunscreen and didn't worry about skin cancer. And I can be as frustrated as I want to be, but that doesn't change the current situation. First lesson there? Yep, probably. So it's more likely that the damage was done when I was 10. And the fact that I've been wearing sunscreen for the last 24 years is an investment in future me. I will continue to wear it daily so that 20 more years down the road, I won't have more damage to undo. Second lesson? Think so. So yes, I had the surgery in February. It was far more invasive than I expected, really, than anybody expected. And to not be too dramatic, more invasive in quotations means a 12-hour day instead of a 6-hour day, so still no crisis. And yes, for a few days after, I looked like I was the loser of a prize fight. I did not expect 2 black eyes and all the swelling, but I healed well and appropriately the way it was supposed to. This update is informational, no cliffhanger here. And most of us will heal well and appropriately. Most of us will go to the doctor without incident, follow up with specialists without incident, heal as expected. I spoke with a friend the other day who had hip replacement surgery 6 weeks ago now. I remember we talked about it the week before his surgery, and I reminded him then that too often we only hear the crazy stories of things that happen, and that those crazy things are very unlikely for most of us, and he is doing well 6 weeks out. That seems like the third lesson, that most of us will have unremarkable findings as our progress notes and nothing unexpected, just statistically speaking. At my final follow-up in June for the February procedure, I asked my dermatologist to take another biopsy from another questionable spot because I had a feeling it was the same type of spot, and I was right. So that Mohs procedure to remove a spot near my ear happened in August, and that was much more straightforward and unremarkable, thankfully. Most importantly, and the point of today's podcast and article, because of my story last year, people I know have gone to the dermatologist because I talked about it. I can't take credit for them being brave. But hey, let's face it, stuff is scary sometimes. So lesson 4, I think, is that we demystify the scary. Let's dispel the unfounded misconceptions or beliefs. Let's have clear, specific, concise conversations about healthcare and wellness and other important things. Because those conversations inform others and may encourage them to take the big steps and do the right thing. Which brings me to current day. I don't remember if I talked about it, but I had diverticulitis in October, which I would wish on no one. It was terrible. And I healed and I'm fine. And between that and a family member's recent related cancer diagnosis, I knew that I needed to do the adulting thing and schedule a colonoscopy. Yep, I said it. A colonoscopy. The advice was to schedule a colonoscopy after I was pain-free for a few months. I did a mail-in screening for colon cancer in December of 2023 with clear results, but I knew that I needed to schedule one for real, considering my age, my recent issues, and my updated family history of cancer. That was a week ago now. It was a non-issue. I made the consultation appointment 6 weeks ago for the end of January. They had openings to schedule within a week or two for the procedure. The prep was fine. The procedure was the blink of an eye. And we were driving home and I was drinking a Dunkin' midnight coffee and eating a bagel by 10 a.m. I'm really glad I did it. For my own peace of mind, I needed to, because I'm trying to model good behavior to my family and my grown kids. I want to be able to be honest with them and let them know I'm being responsible with my health for myself, for my husband, for them. I want to set that good example. And yeah, I just needed to know I'm okay. And I am. And here's lesson 5. Because worry and concern drain our energy and steal our joy and lessen our focus. And some worry and concern is avoidable if we just follow up on what we're supposed to follow up on. Lesson 6 is I have a list. Of course I have a list. Have you met me? And you should have a list too. And at least one loved one should know where it is. What's on the list? Let me tell you. So last week I had an eye appointment to pick up my new contacts and set another appointment for 6 months from now. I scheduled other routine screenings for later in the summer. I reached out to my dermatologist's office to see if I should go in for my annual screening at the office that I went to first, or with the dermatologist who did my Mohs procedures, who's at a different office. I also updated my personal wellness task list with dates for appointments I need to schedule, like a repeat CT of my abdomen 6 months after that diverticulitis bout, or repeat labs for levels we're tracking, or any other regular screenings appropriate to my age. And the good news, a follow-up colonoscopy for 3 to 5 years from now. Also on the list are the current prescriptions I take and the reorder dates for those. Hooray for adulting. I stopped being bothered by having to do it, and I just do it. And if we keep up on the maintenance of our health care and wellness, we have the peace of mind that comes from knowing where we are and how we're doing with up-to-date and relevant information. My health and body are not perfect, and I can state both of those facts out loud, but I've assembled a team to help me. I have baseline levels or experiences for most of my routine screenings. I have notes in my master to-do list for when my appointments are and what I need to schedule next. I have links and logins for the apps and patient portals with various offices and healthcare systems. So let's review today's lessons, however many I ended up with. I think it was 6. So first, being frustrated or concerned happens, but that doesn't change your current situation, and we still have to adult. Second, yes, you likely carry damage from your life leading up to today, and we can't change that, but we can change our path going forward. Number 3 was, statistically speaking, most of us will have unremarkable findings as our progress notes and not anything unexpected, so we don't have to be scared. Number 4 is to demystify the scary stuff with clear, specific, concise conversations about healthcare and wellness and the other big stuff too. Number 5 is demystify the scary stuff because worry and concern drain our energy and our joy and our focus. And then finally, have a list. Of course I was going to say that. We don't have to like these things, but we do have to do them. And because I care for all of you, I encourage you to do these things too. Please do. Please know that it's important. Please automate everything you can. It's only February. Please put items on your to-do list to contact your healthcare providers that you need to check in with during the course of the year. And that might be making the appointments, but also making an appointment to make the appointments, right? So just make sure that those things are all listed somewhere and that you're ready to follow up because peace of mind is invaluable. Support around getting the important things done is what productivity coaching is all about. If it's time to invest in yourself and explore coaching for organizing and productivity, I would love to hear from you. Drop me a line via email at colleen@peaceofmindpo.com or message me through my social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Thanks so much and talk to you next week.